Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today, lineup video, and the first thing of course we have to do is having a look at the standings. As you can see, we sit here in the league, not worrying in the sense that only 3 matches were played, so there's a whole season ahead, and what we want to do of course is catching up with these guys over here. But our position at the moment does not mean we sit in a dangerous in a dangerous situation. So, well, not yet. So, let's first have a look at what our our opponents will be. Castagna, well, they have started very well. They didn't used to be one of the strongest teams during during the last season. They have probably tweaked a few parts of their team. A few members of the team were probably swapped with better players. But let's have a look at what their team looks like. So, all right, yes, they do have a good team, definitely. 38.4 with 4.5 stars for the goalkeeper, very good. Then low routine right back. This fullback does not sound like he's the one of the best players of their own team. And then we have Sokov, more than decent routine, but and 4 stars, and then 4.5 stars here, 31.3. So very good left back. The rest of the defense is somewhat counterable. Well, except for the goalkeeper, who's very strong, of course. Then central midfielder, 13.24 stars. So good skills for him, but somewhat low routine. And then we have a 22.2 winger with 4 stars. Then 31.7 with 4.5 stars. 30.1 with 4.5 stars. Good players here. 38.9 with 4.5 stars. Very strong, this guy. And 4.5 stars with 23.8. So they've got 1, 2, 3 very good players. This one guy is a little bit lower on routine than the others, and this one is and the same goes for this one. And for the right part, sorry, of the defense. So I think we will have to avoid to play around here. They've got quite a few players over there, don't they? It's gonna be hard to define what's best here. I'm sorry, this is the wrong screen. So, I think we might be able to exploit login this time, because no, this left back is probably stronger than login. So I'm afraid we'll have to go for our usual in the last period central focused lineup, and but we might be able to exploit Basseri on the left. Still, sorry, Yossa on the left. Still, Basseri will not suffice, I'm afraid, playing around here at the centre. So we might probably want to play at the centre ourselves. No easy call, definitely. Two disqualified members of the team, and I'm afraid in this case I want to promote Bocaros. I had already prepared this one guy just in case. Alright, so now we have Bocaros within the first team, and we'll be able to replace Viniero with a good defender in this role. And there we go. So Bocaros is ready. We'll swap these guys just to make sure there's enough routine on the left, since Bocaros is the one with the least experience. And then we are going to replace Canchalli with whom? Well, Bricu should be playing in the middle, in my opinion, because we have to outperform their central defender. And then we have to... interesting. No, probably we want to be more offensive and exploit this somewhat thin defensive midfield. So what are we doing here with Canchalli? We should add one more central midfielder, but I'm afraid we have run out of them. So it does not look very good. We don't have a good central defender to replace Canchalli with, nor do we have a defensive midfielder. So I think it is probably the moment. We might add one defender against all of those offensive midfielders. We might go like this. Yes, he's central already. And we have this. We might probably want to go like this. It does not look bad, does it? So Fabris, who's very strong at heading skills, will be the centre of our defence. Mazzotta and Quiriconi are supposed to protect him skill-wise, because Fabris is very good at heading, but he's somewhat lower than the others with a few other skills. So in this case we should have a very complete defense. We do not want to go defensive because, in my opinion, this defense is already a good one, or at least they proved quite good in the past few matches. So what we want to do is go in balanced, in my opinion. So balanced or attacking. This is the problem. I think we should go slightly attacking, because we have a very thick defense. We have a more than decent goalkeeper. Probably one of the worst goalkeepers within the league, I have to say, but still a decent one. So somewhat decent routine, more than decent skills in my opinion. So I think this is the way to go. And so he should be able to counter the opponent's shots. This very thick line of defenders should be able to counter all of those offensive midfielders and the striker all together. Sure, it should be giving help to the defense. These two guys hopefully will outperform their central midfielder. So what we want to do is go in slightly attacking, in my opinion. We should go balanced because, in my opinion, we have the skills, at least at the midfield, to outperform these central offensive midfielders. We probably don't have the skills to counter the wings, but again, the wings are the least dangerous players for the goal. So, my advice is going balanced because we should be able to outperform the opponents both around here, not by far, and here, still not by far, but we should be able to outperform them almost easily, and the defense should be able to contribute to the offensive play. So this is the way I would plan the lineup. Yes, and then focus side balanced. We don't really need to focus on any specific point. Then let's modify this. We were somewhat no, but the opponents have an offensive lineup. If we went very defensive straight away, they would tear us up. So yes, I think we need at least 2 goals to make sure the opponents cannot really come back if we go very defensive. So hopefully this was the right decision. I'm afraid this Veniero's disqualification has changed a lot of things. Canchali's as well, of course, because we might have seen a totally different, well, not totally different, but still a somewhat different routine. I wouldn't have played Fabris, but rather Canchali Shoring, then Varipinto at the centre, and Bricu as an offensive midfielder. In my opinion, that would have been the best lineup for this match, but I'm afraid we cannot play like that because of Viniero's and Canchali's disqualifications. So, yeah, that's the only way we can go. I'm afraid some of you might have a different advice, so please write it down below in the comments. Of course, I read all of the comments. And yes, guys, thanks again for watching, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be having a little comment on a victory. Hopefully, let's all cross our fingers. Thank you, and bye bye.